Yo, what's going on, guys? I want to talk about some of the most hard parts that people don't really discuss when they're coming to Japan. Some people come here to visit, some people come here to study, some people come here to work. But you got to remember, people are coming here, you know what I mean, from their home country. In my situation, I'm from the United States. I'm a student here, you guys already know. And I'm 22, you know what I mean? I'm trying my absolute freaking hardest, innit? Trying my absolute hardest, to just keep pushing, you know what I mean? This isn't a sad video, but this is a very, this is not a hard video. This is not that serious of a video. But a lot of you guys might already know, as a student here, people are here for a limited amount of time. The same way that people in high school are only there for a limited amount of time. So people in your college classes are only there for a limited amount of time. It's really just people are coming and going, you know what I mean? And that's one thing that you gotta kind of recognize is that, I know a lot of you guys are expecting, from an outsider perspective, I'm just trying to assimilate to the Japanese culture and do all this, that, and the third, you know what I mean? And, that's, a really, really, really good ambition, and your head is in the right space, truly. But then, you gotta recognize that, you still have a family back home, probably. You have friends and family and a life back home. And the same way that Japanese people, I've seen it, when they go to the United States, they're still Japanese citizens, you know what I mean? And so a lot of the times they try their best. They have fun at an American university that they study at, or a little company that they may work at, but people are always going to recognize them as Japanese, you know what I mean? And with the US, you're more inclusive of more that this, that, and the third, but Japan is a little bit of a different story. So as you guys know, I'm here for a while. I'm here as a student, and I'm here just to really study. I'm trying to get assimilated to the Japanese culture as best as I can, hoping to get a job soon. I go to school here. I try my best to speak the language when I can, and I try my best to make Japanese friends when I can. But again, guys, I am a foreigner in this country, as you guys know. As you guys know, I'm a foreigner in this country. So that's just the reality of it. And I was talking about this with some of my friends at school. Foreigners are foreigners in another country, especially a country that's so distinctively homogenous, so that it's to the point where you stand out quite regularly. I've been here for a while. It doesn't really bother me or anything. I kind of don't really notice. I just walk to school and I do this, that, and the third. But if you look at my social dynamics, it's kind of similarly depicted that way. I'm just someone that's in the environment. But the people that make you feel like this place is a home, I talked about it in my last video. This place truly feels like a home to me. But it's usually the people that make it feel like a home. And when I say that is in my last video, Japan is my new home, I was kind of excited to talk about my friends. They come here, they are excited to see me. I'm like, it's been a while, sashiburi. And then we're just yeah, I missed you, dude. And it's that's exactly what makes this place feel so dear and close to my heart. But that's the thing. You're going to yearn for that anywhere you go. Whether or not it's with a Japanese person, you're still going to yearn for that. So in my case, and a lot of foreigners' cases, we often sometimes find solace in that we're foreigners, you know what I mean? We try our best to fit into Japanese society. We try to work into their cultures and whatnot. And it's an honest, endearing ambition, you know what I mean? And so along ways, we kind of connect, we reconnect with each other on those ideas. And sometimes we speak the same language. Sometimes we have similar cultural values. And sometimes we just do a whole bunch of other stuff that's similar, you know what I mean? And so it's we are able to connect as foreigners on a differentiating level compared to the Japanese, you know what I mean? Japanese, those relationships, they're able to see eye to eye because they grew up in the same country. But I made a lot of friends here. I met a lot of great people here in Japan, And I think one of the hardest parts about it all is that like it's almost always gonna come to an end. You know what I mean? I am a student, so the most you get on average is usually just 4 years with someone. You know what I mean? One of my friends, he's like my closest friend, like one of my closest friends here. He recently had to go back to the States, and like it's kind of like he was one of the people that made Japan feel less isolating. You know what I mean? He introduced me to my two closest friends that I have here currently in Japan. And I knew my friend that just left because we were friends in my home country. You know what I mean? So a piece of my home was here before I came. And he sorted his situation out. He helped me out. And he made this place feel less foreign to me. Even though it's other part of the world, he made it feel less foreign to me. So I would ask him questions about housing. I would ask him questions about how to socialize, how to date here, how to make money, and all this kind of other stuff. And he kind of supported me through those things. You know what I mean? And so I remember my first time being here in Japan when I first studied here in 2020. My biggest constraint was that I almost didn't really have anyone to rely upon. And this time around, I have people to rely upon. I have these circles and people that provide me comfort and an ease of mind to just get stuff off my chest and like be able to speak freely, be able to honestly just feel great in their comfort. You know what I mean? And that's the thing though. Like Japan is going to put people that are amazing in front of you, but then they're only here for a limited amount of time. You know what I mean? Like, this is not my home country. That was not his home country. This is not his home country. And I can say that for a lot of the people that I'm close with. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. Like, one of the hardest truth that you really, really have to get used to is that, like, this shit, a lot of the strong emotional connections that you have for this place that makes this place feel like home, and like a lot of the people that you'll meet, like the girl I'm talking to, the bro that I like, my close bro, he just left. The girl that I'm talking to is about to leave soon. Another homie of mine is gonna leave soon, and it's like you kind of just have to anticipate it. In your home country, in your home city, like I never really had to worry about the fact that like people are seriously leaving. We grew up here. This is our home, and that's kind of what we would tell ourselves. But then I left, other people left for college, and it's like, where do you go from there socially? Where do you go relationally? Like, how do you keep a consistent group of people that you can rely upon? And that's kind of like the endeavor of a lifetime, you know what I mean? And it's like, I'm moving, they're moving, and that's the thing. Like, everyone's here for X amount of time, and even if you're coming here on a language school, you might be here for 3 months, you might be here for 6 months, you might be here for a whole year. And that's the thing. Like, you'll be here for that amount of time, and then those connections that you make, you try to make them as long as they can, but then you just don't get to see them face to face, and that could be damaging to the heart. You know what I mean? And that's like, I had to drop my bro off at the airport on Friday, and it was just like, fuck, I have to remain strong in this new environment that could seem so hostile. I know how hostile it could be to feel lonely in a new place, and a lot of people have explained that, especially people from the United States that have studied over here. And it was like a mental comfort pillow, you know what I mean? And that's like how I like my friends to be, like people that are just make me feel comfortable in an environment. And so when their schedules don't line up time-wise for how long they're gonna be there, that's just something you got to get used to. You know what I mean? Like, people come and go with this country because they're not from here. You know what I mean? And that's just one of the hardest things that you kind of got to come to terms with, is being able to connect with people on a deeper level and really cherish them while they're here. Um, because it almost is all fleeting, you know what I mean? I'm a young adult right now. A lot of people that come here are young adults trying to figure out their education, their career, their potentiality of just traveling, and just living life. And so people are moving like quite fast and people are doing their own thing. And a lot of the times like there could be a wedge in your plans and then you guys go like that, you know. Um, and I love every single person that I met so far. Um, but especially shout out to my bro. Shout out to the people that I met so far, and I'm just happy. I'm happy that we got to see each other because they really like seriously, bro. Like it was kind of like I don't even know how to explain it better, but the comfort of knowing that someone I knew that cared about me was expecting me to arrive in this country, and then just their care was there, made this place feel like a home. You know what I mean? And it's like you build those things, and then your heart like yearns for it. You know what I mean? To be connected, a part of a community, and then sometimes, we split parts, and then we're on the other side of the world. But we're still bros, of course. But I can't have dinner with him anymore right now, at least for right now. And so it's kind of like make the most when I can, make the most of it while he's here because I love him. I love him. I love everyone that I'm meeting here. So when you come here, please just come here for like an honest and earnest and genuine time to just connect with people, whether it be foreigners or Japanese. Like just spend the time because you as a viewer, if you're aiming to come here, are gonna have the same issues. It's not an issue, but it's just a reality. You know, you're gonna face this reality, and I'm wishing you the best. Love you guys.